Hello and welcome to Get a Little Creative. I'm Becky Ferrant.
I'm Jen Hadfield.
And I'm Heather Mann. We like to bring you the coolest craft ideas,
The best creative blogs,
and simple projects that anyone can do.
and today we're talking about ruffles.
Yay! Love ruffles.
We have Jen here today to talk to us about ruffles because she is the ruffle queen.
She will put a ruffle on anything.
Her blog is beautiful, full of ruffles.
Have you ever seen that video, Put a Bird on It? That could be
Yes.
like, mine could be Put a ruffle on it.
Tweet it right now. Hashtag put a ruffle on it.
So my blog is Tatertots and Jello, and I love home decor and different decorating ideas, and of course I love ruffles. So I pretty much ruffled anything that can be ruffled, I think.
So you ruffled this shirt, right?
Yes.
And you did it with dollar store stuff.
I did.
My favorite, yes. I will talk about dollar store.
You featured that on your site, right?
I featured it on my site, and I believe the ruffles are made out of flour sack dish towels.
They are from little dish towels from the dollar store. And what I did was they're kind of like square, little kind of like see-through cotton towels. And I just cut them up and I sewed them with my sewing machine and ruffled them and then just pinned them on kind of. It's based on an Anthropology shirt that was like $65.
Cute.
And so I made it for like $4 a shirt.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, I really like it. I wear it all the time.
So when you ruffle something on your sewing machine, how do you actually make the ruffly part happen?
Well, there is something called a ruffle foot that you can get for your sewing machine, but I've never really used it. I just started sewing like a year and a half ago. But what I have found to do that makes the best ruffles for me is I just put my sewing machine settings on the highest, the longest stitch and the widest stitch. And then if you just sew, then your fabric will just ruffle, unless you're like sewing canvas or something that's really thick.
Okay. So then you'd kind of pull the thread. You can also do that,
You
right?
can pull the
If it's a
thread.
thicker material?
Yeah, you just don't backstitch when you're done, and you just pull the thread and it's real gently and it will ruffle.
Now, if someone wanted a ruffle foot, they have to get it. It's specific to their machine, right?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
I've also seen the elastic. You can wind elastic thread in your bobbin, and that automatically
that will
ruffles
ruffle
things,
too.
and it's a stretchy ruffle.
Right.
That's pretty cool, I think,
so-
yeah.
But if I just use those settings and I just sew something, it will just ruffle it up. So that's what I
that's
do
how mine
usually.
is too.
And so then I just pinned it on and I just sewed it, and it was really easy project.
Adorable.
So.
Tell us about your necklace. You ruffled necklaces, more than one.
Right. Yeah, I love to just see what I can make that's ruffly. So this is just a really long piece of material, and of course there's a little bit of burlap on there because I also love burlap. So you just take a long string of burlap and then a string of matching fabric, and then you just
And they're kind of backed together, right? There's burlap on one and the flower fabric on the other.
ruffle it together so that the ruffles are the same.
Do you do that with the needle and thread?
Yeah, this is just hand
Kind
sewn.
of like
Now, you made me a necklace, and it was almost like a collar with a ruffle on it. What was your inspiration for that?
I saw that on, I can't remember where it was, some kind of a design blog. And so I kind of just did my own version of it. But what it is you take like a piece of wire, and then you take a piece of material and you fold it over, and you kind of ruffle, you squish the
So you didn't sew that at all?
It is sewn, yes.
Oh, okay.
You sew it once you put it on the metal. Yeah.
Okay, so you folded it over the fabric, and then you put it through your sewing machine?
Yeah.
And then kind of tighten the edges, and then of course you embellished it, because Jen can't not
I
embellish
put
it.
some flowers on it, yeah.
Okay.
So, but I have that on my blog, and we'll show a picture of that too.
Okay, great.
So.
Now, you have a secret, though.
I do. I just found a new secret, and I'm going to show it in my project.
And it's going to make ruffling for everyone easy.
For people that don't know how to sew, or don't want to sew, or don't have the time to sew.
cool. If you can use a glue gun, you're going to want to know this.
For you, tune in. We're going to show it in just a minute.
We're back with a ruffle project for you, and there's no better person to show you a ruffle technique than Jen, the queen of ruffles herself. So, okay, Jen, I'll tell you, you've sold me on the look of ruffles.
You have some on right now.
I do, and I love ruffles, but they're intimidating. So you have found a little secret of something that makes it easy for anyone to put ruffles on things.
I have. I found the best invention. It's just pre-ruffled fabric that you can buy, and it comes in just little pieces, little bolts of fabric. It's all finished. All the edges are finished, and you can buy it in different widths. So you can buy like a small width to a big width, different colors. It comes in like a pink or a gray. you know, browns, turquoise, anything. It has, some of them have polka dots even,
Oh, wow.
stripes. It's great.
So what are some things you think you could use this on? Obviously, you're going to show us some project, but
Right. Well, I've seen some people have made some skirts out of it.
Okay.
You can use it for shirts, pretty much anything. Like it would be like those ruffled shower curtains. Have you ever seen
oh
those?
my gosh, I'm dying for one of those.
Right. I mean, this would make a great ruffled shower
Yeah.
curtain. And all you'd have to do is just
And it's stretchy, so that
Right.
is probably pretty forgiving when you use it.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay, well, show us some things you've done with it.
Okay, well, I just covered this lampshade, and all I did was just hot glue the top onto the lampshade and wrap it around, and it is a little bit stretchy, so it's super easy to, it just kind of hugs onto the
Yeah.
lampshade, and then all you do is just cut off the edges on the back and just hot glue it onto the back, and 5-minute project.
So you've left this kind of to look like a fringe, but you could
Right.
also tuck it under if you wanted
can
more of
tuck it
a
under
finished
if you
look.
want a more modern look, you just tuck it under, but I kind of like the little bit of the fringe. It's kind of romantic
Yeah, it
looking.
is.
And then this project, I had a burlap feed sack and it wasn't quite long enough, so I just added a little bit of burlap underneath and I just sewed on little strips of this material onto the edges. And I just love the contrast of the ruffles with the burlap. And
Yeah,
it's a really
I will
easy
say, you know, you've done burlap projects for quite a long time,
Yes.
and you haven't sold me yet until you put ruffles on it. And I mean, you've done ruffles before, but this fabric, it just really gives it the feminine touch with this.
That's a good contrast, and I'm going to give it to you so you can take it home and have your first
My
burlap
first runner.
project.
Actually, it's my
Yes.
first runner, Jen.
Okay.
Thank you. So thank you so much for telling us about this. We're really
sure.
excited. Where can we buy this?
You can buy this. The place that I bought it was rufflesfabric.com, but a lot of different places make it. I just got it from that company.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Okay, and join us next time as we get a little creative.